You are listening to
Sport Check with Victor Kibet and Sylvia Siololo.
The biggest hits, non-stop, 24/7.
Be sure to join us for in-depth cross-checks across the nation every Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Nikonjata siezi karanga uwe hae shagala bagala, niko tayari kulipa gharama, sitasimama maovu ya kitawala, sitasimama maovu ya kitawala. Ufisadi, ubinafsi, ukabila, kuuza sura, wataki kuuza sera, undugu ni kufaana, sitasimama maovu ya kitawala.
A very good morning to you, listener of Space Radio Kenya. Welcome to this amazing program. Today being the 19th of June 2025. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. With me in studio, I am with
Sylvia Siololo.
Okay, so this is the Sport Check program, and we're going to be looking at some ones and twos. Today in studio, we're joined by two guests, an activist, Dylan Dapash, and Sadia Mohamed, a police spokesman. Bwana Dylan, karibu katika studio zetu siku ya leo. Nataka utueleze ni yapi ambayo umekuja nayo, ni yapi unatupangia siku ya leo. Karibu.
Asante sana. Vile umesema kwa majina ni Dylan Dapash. I'm a human rights activist. So today I come to explain about how the police were harassing the people out there. They were just killing youth anyhowly. And that is now I come to comment and say that they are not following human rights.
Okay.
Yes.
And Miss Sadia, as the police spokesperson, tumekukaribisha hapa leo. Mmekuja kupatana na mwenzetu hapa hivi ambaye ni mwanaharakati wa haki za kibinadamu. Wewe kama msemaji wa polisi, tell us, what is it that you think has been happening since the beginning of the 2023 protests, and how do you think you as the police department really reacted to whatever it is that was happening during that time?
Thank you very much, Victor Kibet. As you said earlier, I am Sadia Mohamed,
Yes.
the police spokesman. And today I am pleased to be here with you guys.
You're
and
welcome.
I'm pleased to see the human rights activist with me today in studio. Regarding how the police have been handling the demonstration, I think niseme tu, I have been pleased with how we have been doing our work, and I'm looking forward to have a more meaningful conversation. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. And Miss Sylvia,
Yes.
hebu tuambie, karibisha wageni katika studio zetu, waambie jambo moja alafu tuendelee na kipindi chetu.
Okay, kwa wageni wetu wa siku ya leo, ikuwa ni activist Dylan Dapash kama mlivyosikiza, na our spokesperson kutoka side ya serikali, Sadia Mohamed. Tunawakaribisha mara tena huku, mkituelezea zaidi kuhusu human right, especially that is affecting the youth. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And mmesikia ones and twos, and it's amazing to have the two people here in studio today. Kwanza tukiangazia kulingana na Bwana Dapash, mwaka wa 2023 ambapo the maandamano yalianza katika miji yetu mikuu yote, people are going to the streets wakisema hali ya maisha ilikuwa impanda juu, and we can see from that period that a lot happened actually, because tulikuwa tunaona tear gas kila mahali, watu wakipigwa marisasi. And tell us something, what is it that you think is the main effect of whatever was happening? Like, ni nini ni kipi ambacho sasa mambo ambayo yalifanyika wakati ule yanaleta madhara gani katika maisha yetu ya sasa?
Back there 2023, we heard that people went to the streets demonstrating about the government and the cost of living. And we heard that the cost of living is so high that people even don't afford to buy unga. You see that people they were carrying sufurias on their heads. That shows that at that time the cost of living was high. And that watu walikuwa wanafanya vizuri sana kuandamana kwa sababu ya maisha mgumu. Watu wengi walilazimika sana kukula chakula moja kwa siku. That is one
very true.
Ndio maana hata maisha ilikuwa ngumu zaidi, na mimi naona kama hiyo maandamano ilisaidia sana kwa sababu serikali waliona wito wakajaribu, lakini bado hawajafanya kitu yenye inatufurahisha zaidi. They done very little, so we needed them to do zaidi ya hayo.
Okay. It was actually one of we can call toughest times. Umesema kweli hapo hivyo that a lot of people were forced to actually have 1 meal a day, and ni kweli mambo mengi yalifanyika ambayo kulingana na haki za kibinadamu, I would say that you coming out and saying that was wrong, I would say I give you a thumbs up for that. And now, as the police, do you think that nyinyi kama wanapolisi, did you handle those protests really well, or did you overdo something or underdo something? Because kwa taarifa each and every day tungepata we're seeing people dying, like people are really crying pale hospitalini with gunshot wounds. And what really would you say, was it necessary to use that much force against a group of people that were just on the streets trying to say the nini maisha imekuwa ngumu? Was it justified for the police force to use such force against the common mwananchi?
Thank you very much, Victor. And to answer your question, of late tumeona maandamano mingi sana kwenye barabara zetu. And I would like to say that as a police and as a spokesman of the police, I am so proud of our government and the police at large for how they are handling issues. And going to the streets demonstrating about the cost of living is not wrong, Victor, but it is the nature of how you are planning to demonstrate. For demonstration to go on peacefully, there are a number of things you as a citizen or the group who are planning to do the demonstration, you should notify the police that on a certain date at a certain time, we as this group are going to have demonstrations. That is how it is supposed to be. And you just don't go to the streets demonstrating na hujaambia mtu, Victor. The other thing of you seeing people in hospitals crying about and they are injured with gunshots. We as the police, our role is to enforce law and order. Okay?
Yes.
And we only curb the rogue citizens. The citizens who have gone rogue na wamekiuka sheria. Because you cannot tell me, Victor, I'm in a police uniform conducting my job. Ni kuone wewe umeenda. We've seen just the other day in people have looted the IT, they've stolen computers. In the process, siko hapa kutetea askari wenzangu. In the process of me doing my job, things go wrong. Okay? But our purpose is not to kill our fellow citizens. Okay? Yeah.
Miss Sadia, I'm not really sure kama umejibu swali langu vizuri, in that I asked, do you really think it was necessary to use such much force? Seeing that, however much these guys might have been doing the looting as the police allege, or as the videos that surfaced online alleged that they were doing the lootings, right? Was it really necessary to just shoot someone with a live bullet? Yet, the government provides police with rubber bullets and other means of trying to disperse such riots. Was it really necessary to go against a person who has nothing but a bottle of water and a flag? Was it necessary to go against such a person with a live bullet? Or let's say, let's assume it was someone you know, or let's say it's probably your child, and someone just shoots them for carrying a bottle of water and a flag, and then they just gun them down. What would your reaction be to that? Because for me, I would say I would not react so well to it, because you kill me and I don't have anything that is malicious against you. I can't really hurt you in any way. I can't shoot you back. I can't throw a stone back at you. However much people are throwing stones, but why shoot with a gun?
Victor, as I said earlier, it is not in our capacity, or it is not our wish as the police officer to go kill people. And as I said, I am proud of the people I work with, because how they handled the demonstrations out there, it is much better compared to other demonstrations that we have witnessed. And yes, it is true that we have various ways of dispersing people. We do use the tear gases, we do use the water cannons, but I do not get the fact that you accuse. It's like you are putting word in us. We just go shoot people maliciously or carelessly. So that is not us. Okay, we don't live upon that.
Okay, so what you're simply saying is you just follow orders from someone you don't know who it is, because at times when we try to cross-check whatever it is you're doing, you just say that we received orders from above. And
No, Victor.
most of the time we try to figure out orders from above, and then this is a life of a person.
No, Victor, let me get this straight. Let me make you understand.
Yes.
It is not receiving orders as you put it in quote. And we are not receiving orders from anyone. Because we as the police force, we are not questionable to anyone. Okay? We might have our superiors, but the moment we go see, because you have seen, the better part of the demonstrations, we might not be there. Okay? Maandamano ikianza saa 3 asubuhi, we are not in the streets at 9 a.m. You will only see us vitu zikiharibika. We trying to curb the situation at hand. Okay? And in that process, tunaweza tumia tear gas. And I think Kenyans have now become prone to tear gas. Their immunity are strong against tear gas.
So you want to say that Kenyans are now more of anti-tear gas in the fact that...
Yes, they are anti-tear gassing because Victor.
Yes.
Okay,
don't
Victor, let me just ask our spokesperson, Madam Sadia, a question that is, you as police, have you, do you feel that the government listen really the cries of the wananchi, especially now? Kila siku wananchi wanatoka wanalia haki yao, tena juzi wanashoot tena watu wengine badala watimize hizo kilio ya wananchi. Yeah.
Siololo.
Yes.
When the 2023 finance bill was out,
okay,
the cost of living went up high. I, as a policeman, I, as a Kenyan citizen, attest to that. maandamano zikafanyika.
Okay.
Now tell me why
Mhm.
recently we saw the CS John Mbadi giving us the 2025 finance bill.
Okay.
Things have gone low.
Mhm.
The cost of living have gone low.
Okay.
Why do our kids, the Gen Z, have to go to the street
Okay.
to demonstrate for something that is not there? For me, I'll term it as idleness,
Okay.
lack of responsibility.
Mhm.
The parents might not be coaching their kids as
Okay.
expected. Because yes, the 2023 finance bill was
Okay.
harsh on everyone. They demonstrated a lot of public resources was used.
Okay.
A lot of public institutions or buildings were destroyed.
Mhm.
But come to sit down and if you have read the 2025 finance bill,
Okay.
there is a lot of improvement.
But now in that finance bill, Kenya wame increase ni kama pesa mingi sana zimeenda ku education than tuseme waeke kwa economic yenye at least nasaidia watu wapunguze hizo protest za yenye itaizaleta madhara kwa wananchi.
No, Siololo,
Yes.
what do you expect if the government does not allocate money to fund the education system in Kenya? Utasikia kidogo kidogo people have gone to the streets. Oh, the government is not taking into consideration education.
But now ni kama hujanijibu kwa swali langu kwa sababu nimekuuliza kuwa nyinyi kama government mnasikia kilio ya wananchi.
Ndio nimekuambia,
Mhm.
if you check the 2023 finance bill
Okay.
and compare it
Mhm.
with the 2025 finance bill,
Okay.
it is clear and it shall give you a clear signal
Okay.
that we, the government, responds to the cries of the citizen.
What of now the killing of the youth? Each day people are being killed with no reason.
No,
like
no,
the
no, no.
day, yes,
There
like
are no
the day before
killings with no
yesterday.
reason. There are no jurisdictional killings without reasons.
No. Do you have a reason for the killing of the day before yesterday guy who was selling mass?
Let me ask you a question, Siololo.
Okay.
When I take a stone,
Mhm.
okay, we are here conversing with you.
Okay.
I have a gun,
Mhm.
you have a stone, okay?
Yeah.
So when you throw the stone at me, you want me to be unresponsive.
Mhm.
And when you look at that footage clearly, okay,
Okay.
the shooting did not come from the immediate police, the two policemen, okay?
Okay.
The shooting evolved from somewhere else.
But you as police, you are the lawmakers.
We are the lawmakers.
Yes.
I have not denied we are the lawmakers. But we do have cases of mistaken identity.
Okay.
The two policemen that you saw that were captured,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
they left to see what was going on.
Okay.
And in the process,
Mhm.
the shooting did not come directly
Okay.
from the two guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are
To
listening
our-
to
Sport Check with Victor Kibet and Sylvia Siololo.
the biggest hits non-stop 24/7.
Be sure to join us for in-depth cross-checks across the nation every Monday to Friday. Enforce us.
Okay, so my question was to Madam Sadia.
My question is, hakuna kitu kama was, you are picking it again.
My question is, endelea tu.
Okay, so my question is, you as police, do you feel the government listen to the cries of wananchi, especially regarding the economic and the governance?
Yes, I'll answer this way.
Okay.
When you compare the 2023 finance bill
Mm-hmm.
and the 2025 finance bill,
Okay.
it should give you a clear picture
Mm-hmm.
that the government listens to the cries of the Kenyans.
Okay.
And I'm really positive.
Okay.
They have been a great change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so nini imerai sasa tuseme hii apart from finance bill, yes, tunaweza sema hiyo compare to last year's finance bill to this year is much better. Sasa mbona bado wananchi wanauliwa kila siku? And yesterday, yes, those people, those youth wenye waliuliwa the day before yesterday, au kuwa like wana protest against the bill.
Na lakini mbona unatumia matamshi mabaya? Nani wanauliwa?
Wananchi.
Hakuna watu wanauliwa. The only thing the police does is they enforce the law.
Yeah, you enforce the law, but not by shooting.
There is no extra force.
As a spokesperson of police, I think you're trying to mislead us as journalists, because there is a video, actually, like, it's really surfacing online. Actually, it was not shot in one dimension. You see, there is that video that can be just shot that is hiding whatever is happening, right? But now the video was from behind the cop, and there is one just facing directly to them. Yes, I saw it very well. I saw it very well. I saw it very well.
Did you sit down and analyze that video?
Oh my, yes, I did.
You did not.
I did, because you know what? Before we say that police are not shooting people, I saw that video well. Have you ever sat down and seen something so surreal, so live that you actually think you're watching a movie?
I saw that.
And yet you're watching
Victor.
a real video of a
saw
person
that
being
video.
gunned down.
I saw that video.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Victor, you cannot tell me
Mm-hmm.
you arm yourself
Mm-hmm.
with a stone,
Mm-hmm.
throw it
Oh. So you're going to say that the guy selling masks had a stone?
Actually,
Actually, standing.
No. Let the social media not deceive.
Oh no.
Victor,
Oh no.
listen to me.
Oh no.
Listen to me, Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Let the social media not deceive people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because I have seen this story in many social media accounts, and unfortunately, even our TV stations. You are portraying a bad picture and false information.
Oh, it's not portraying a bad picture. You know, there is a lot of things that are happening.
It definitely is portraying a bad picture.
You know.
Do you know why, Victor?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you the instant of the exact video you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a policeman.
Mm-hmm.
I am in the streets enforcing law and order.
Mm-hmm.
Why, in between my job, do you arm yourself with a stone, throw it to one of the policemen, and I'll term it as mistaken identity? Because if you scrutinize that video well, you will notice that the two policemen came from a certain place. Kulikuwa na kona, like a certain, wametokea barabara nyingine, wakakuja to confront the guy. And if you continue scrutinizing the video, Victor, the shooting did not take place from the two policemen did not conduct the
two policemen did not conduct the shooting.
Yes.
Are you hearing this, Siololo? Unasikia mambo ambayo tunaambiwa kabisa hapa hivi katika studio zetu. Actually, continue listening to Space Radio Kenya. My name is Victor Kibet and you're listening to the Spot Check right here on Space Radio Kenya. It's a show that runs from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. every Monday to Friday right here on Space Radio Kenya. And today we have a spokesperson of the police, and she's joined by the human rights activist Dylan Depash. And actually as wewe kama Kenya mwenzangu hapo nje, tunasikia mambo ambayo tunaambiwa hapa hivi na the spokesperson wa police, natuambia kwamba ati it's not the police that shot the guy, yet the two policemen actually wamekuwa sacrificial lambs by the police force itself. They have been sent away and they are actually, I think, in court already or what, to answer for the shooting that occurred.
Do
Now,
Do not mislead the Kenyans.
oh no, I'm
You
not.
are a journalist and they
Oh, no,
are
I'm not.
ethical.
I'm not
Okay?
misleading.
When you say that we are receiving orders and we are becoming sacrificial lamb, what do you mean? What
Oh.
do you
So it's a question directed to me as a journalist now.
What are you
Okay.
trying to portray to the Kenyans? That we are just useless people who receive orders and act upon them aimlessly.
You as the police spokesperson, you're here trying to make it look like I'm doing something wrong yet. I think I'm very, very sure. Just on the 8th of June this month, someone was killed inside the police cells. And not only was he killed, the police actually created a narrative that the person had actually committed suicide.
It is not
On
narrative.
top of that,
Victor, it is
on
not
top
a
of
narrative.
that, they falsified and actually tried to manipulate moglogs. That's very bad. On top of that, they actually destroyed the only thing that would have brought them to book, the CCTVs that would have shown what really happened. And
If
then
you're claiming
a few days later on, okay, wait just a minute. A few days later on, as Juan was in court, he says, I received a call to pay. How much was it? I think was it 1,000 shillings and a bottle of booze to four cellmates, right? To beat up this guy. And then he says, the only thing that was supposed to be done was to just beat him a little bit, okay? Not to kill him. Now, tell me, in what capacity are you as a spokesperson going to tell me that the police are not actually doing these things? And on top of that, we can see the IG himself actually retracted the statement of suicide in Parliament. Wow. And then you want to tell me as a spokesperson that you're going to say that the police did not commit these things? Now, you want to tell me that the two police officers that were arrested in line with the shooting that occurred on, was it on Tuesday? Were they arrested for no reason, or was it just a PR narrative? Was it a way to just close the eyes of the Kenyans that the police guy is actually doing something?
Victor, let me tell you.
Because it's really, really bad.
It is not arresting. These two people were on site when the shootings happened. And I'll stand on my statement earlier that the shooting did not come from that particular officer. The shooting came from above.
So you want to say someone else shot the guy?
Definitely, yes.
Wow.
And
Bwana Dapash, I think ebu wewe kama mwanaharakati nataka tuambie, because I think you've been listening in on this show. Umesikia mambo ambayo the spokesperson of police hapa hivi Bisadi anatuambia. Tell me, are you really sure that these people are really doing as a service or a disservice as a nation? Or are you sure that these people are really telling us the truth?
No. These people are not telling us the truth. Because when I hear about what spokesperson is said, it's just me talking lie about the police. She's trying to protect the police.
Exactly.
But the police were they were shooting people anyhowly. Let's remember about the guy who was selling mask. He was just shot directly and even nearly alipigwa risasi akiwa hapo akiuza mask.
Yes.
Hakuwa amejihami na silaha yoyote ya vita. Lakini bado polisi walimpiga risasi. When you remember about the death of Albert Ojwang, that blogger, yes, he was just killed in a police station, was murdered, and that is what shows that our police are not now. We are not trusting them anymore.
But Bwana Dapash, when you say Albert Ojwang was murdered in a police case, this is not a case of murder. It is a case of suicide. The guy alishikwa, akapelekwa cell. He was fine. He did what he did. Na mwili ikakimbizwa Mbagathi Hospital.
But let me ask
So,
you a question.
Bisadia, what you're trying to tell us is IG was stupid saying that the guy, was stupid retracting the statement of the guy did not commit suicide. And the IPOA also were very wrong in stating that their investigations revealed that the guy did not commit suicide.
What
So
do
you want to
mean he
tell us...
didn't- What do you mean he did not commit suicide? When clearly this guy, when he was arrested from where he was, akiletwa all the way to Nairobi, the guy was fine. Okay? And even earlier on, we have a conversation between him and the friend just when he reached Nairobi Central.
Yes.
He went ahead and told the police, I have been taken. I am in Nairobi, but now let's wait for the way forward. Do you want to tell me that is someone who was arrested and tortured according to that voice record, yet he speaks when he's well?
Okay.
Will you call
You
that
see-
police brutality?
You see, there is something you're trying to hide from us. I can actually give you the timeline from the day he was arrested on June 6th at lunchtime.
You do
He
not
was
give-
arrested.
you do
Okay, no,
not give
I
me
have
the-
to say this because I am a journalist
I
and
am
I
also
am.
police and I have more power over what you have.
Oh,
I
you have
might
more
have
power.
documents.
Are you hearing this?
Yes,
Are
okay,
you
Madam
hearing this?
Sadia. So you want to say that, yani, as for you, how did this affect your
She is
trust?
right.
Yes.
She's right in every way.
Yani
Wow.
unadhani sasa tuseme wananchi sahii trust yao ikaaje kwenyu in leadership,
I'll say
both
this.
both the opposition and the leaders party.
I'll say this, huh?
Okay.
It is evident, okay?
Okay.
It is evident that the citizens of Kenya have lost trust in the police force.
Okay.
But we as the police officers, we are really, really trying our best to earn the trust and the cordial relationship between us and the citizens.
But for me, I can say that the trust for the citizen imeenda chini kabisa.
Of
Kwa
course it
sababu
has.
you people as tuseme kama serikali, the ruling party and the opposition, you are not giving wananchi the truth.
We have always given out the truth.
That's a
And
lie.
that is when, if anything happens, we will always call a press conference.
But
Bwana Victor, I think you are, are you saying something?
Let me just say something as we are almost coming to the end of the show. Before that, continue listening to Space Radio Kenya. My name is Victor Kibet, and you're here with me is Sylvia Siololo and two members of the society. One is the police spokesperson, and another one is a human rights activist. Tell us something through our SMS number 0705220050, and tell us what it is that you feel about this. The fact that the police is actually trying the best to cover up a story against the two happenings. One being the murder of Albert Ojwang in custody, and another one being a point blank shooting of an unarmed protester who was actually selling masks. So, as a listener of Space Radio Kenya, tell us something. What do you feel about whatever the police are doing? Are you happy or are you unhappy? And tell us, are you really sure that is it safe to be around the police? And what is it that we are going to do as Kenyans to ensure that whatever narrative the police are trying to spin to us, is it actually going to work? Bwana Dapash, tell us something. What would you give? What advice would you give to the Kenyan citizen on how they should actually take themselves as they're doing whatever it is they're doing out there? Tell us something before we read an SMS or from the listener, and then we give the spokesperson a minute for for finishing up statements.
I will tell the citizen of Kenya to continue fighting their rights because somehow the police were discriminating and oppressing the citizens. So all of the citizens, if we go to demonstrate, let's make peaceful demonstration, and let us show the government that we don't want this and we want this, so that we can go ahead and be a successful country.
Amazing. Bisadia, tuambie kitu moja as we are coming to the end of the program.
I want to assure the citizens of Kenya that the police have not been swayed and they're still firm on their work, and all shall be well. And as Kenyans, we should stop buying these false narratives that we hear everywhere. We as the police, we always inform the Kenyans in case anything happen. We call a press conference and we issue details.
Okay.
So if you are a Kenyan sitting back at home, want to buy any propaganda that will be sold to you, that will be upon you now.
Okay. Bi Sylvia, tunaelekea katika mwisho wa kipindi chetu. Tuambie jambo moja au mbili ambalo tutaacha nao wasikilizaji wetu kabla tuondoke studioni. Baada hayo, I'm going to read an SMS or two and then we call it a day for today.
Okay, for me, to our guests, Sadia and Dylan, I want personally to take this time to thank you all for our listeners. Na washukuru nyote kwa kukuja wakati huu. At least wananchi sasa wamesikia kitu kuhusu serikali na kuhusu saidia mwananchi mwenzao ambao wamekuja kutetea haki ya wananchi. So ninawashukuru sana na karibuni mara tena kwa Sport Check Radio.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you listener for listening to Sport Check right here on Space Radio Kenya. My name is Victor Kibet. I'm going to read an SMS here from a guy. He calls himself Timothy Nyangweso. He says, police should be more accountable in whatever it is they do against the Kenyans. Another one hapa hivi anaitwa Sang anasema mambo ya polisi kuua watu tumezoea. It's actually becoming a routine and soon this is not going to be working anymore. So thank you listener for having listened in to the Sport Check right here on Space Radio Kenya. I have been your host. My name is Victor Kibet and
Sylvia Siololo.
It's been an amazing session and thank you for always keeping it Space Radio Kenya. Thank you and see you in the next one.
You are listening to
Sport Check with Victor Kibet and Sylvia Siololo.
The biggest hits, non-stop, 24.
Abagala, niko tayari kuli